Hi, guys. Welcome to another episode of Perfectly Imperfect with me, Marcy. Thank you so much for joining me on yet another episode. This is episode 3 on YouTube, I think, and episode 123 on the audio streaming platform. Episode 4 on YouTube, guys. Poleni, thank you so much for coming back here to this platform to support my content and to listen to my constant rants about how life is kicking my ass. So let's go to episode 4 of Life Kicking My Ass. And I'm not doing this alone. I'm going to introduce the guest in a few. But right before I do that, guys, I just realized the previous video that we did on corporate was doing so well. But 70% of you who watched that video have not subscribed. Akishwali na vile ninang'ara. Daily. Mimi niko tu hapa ninapiga luku. But anyway, guys, please make sure you subscribe, comment, like, and share. Sharing really goes a long way in ensuring that people know that there's such a platform like this that exists. So I would really ask you, kama sahi una watch na hauja subscribe, hata kama hauko sure ume subscribe, just pause and make sure ume subscribe, then we can proceed from there. Asante. And then I also wanted to tell you guys, there is no specific flow of the episodes. It's not like the one episode flows to the next, but if you catch up with the earlier episodes, of course you get the what is it called, you get to know the vibe of the podcast. So make sure you listen to the rest of the episodes as well. To my peeps who are listening on audio streaming platforms, please make sure that you're also commenting about what you think about the episodes. There's always a comment box thingy on Spotify, so you can as well comment there, and I'll be more than happy to engage with you guys. Kabla ni introduce our guest, I want to say also, make sure you're following Perfectly Imperfect with Marcy on Instagram. Mi hata sitaki mnifollow. Sitaki. Hata sijaji market. I'm just marketing my baby. Please, make sure you follow Perfectly Imperfect with Marcy. But, in case you want to know me deep down, follow Gateri Morioki on Instagram as well. And another reminder that we also have our merchandise on sale. Tuko na t-shirts, tuko na journals. So we try to customize the t-shirts a bit to your liking, so you can either have a polo t-shirt, a normal t-shirt, or a crop t-shirt. Then we have journals available in black and yellow, and they have 2 segments, Dear Younger Me and Dear Future Me. I think now we're good to go. Now, the guest I have in studio today is actually my friend from primary school, guys. Yeah, I don't know. We've been in primary school together, and we were not even like that close. Don't you want to be adulting is just something else. We're not like super close in primary school, but now in adulthood, to go like we are starting to get there. So yeah, we'll be talking about job searching, our experiences with job searching, how it's been so far, and maybe tips that we can leave to people who are job searching, if we have any. Todo, tekwega. Let's get started. So my guest today is Cellin. Hi, Cellin.
Hi, Marcy.
Karibu sana to my podcast.
Thank you so much for having me.
No, tulia, relax. Calm your nerves.
Najaribu. Nakugaria.
Calm your nerves. She asked me for questions. Nikasema, this is a conversation. Because maswali zinapatia watu pressure, guys. Yeah, so introduce yourself. Tell us who Cellin is. What does Cellin do? Yeah.
I am Cellin Mumbi. What do I do? I exist. Kama Gen Z.
Which is enough.
I exist, which is enough, by the way.
Power.
But what do I do? I am a filmmaker.
Thank you.
I
am a
filmmaker. I am a podcast producer. Recently endowed. What else do I do? And I exist. I am a full-time daughter.
No, stay-at-home daughter. That's nice. The levels tunataka kufika. Yeah. So Cellin is actually a podcast producer, guys, and she came in handy on my first episode. One day I'm going to tell you the story of that first episode, because nyi muliona a very composed girl. Hata mwezi jua I had 19 mental breakdowns in the morning, but Cellin came through. Like, thank you so much. She's also a filmmaker. So kama unataka kuproduciwa those things, you can hit her up. I think tutasema how you can contact her at the uko mwisho wa episode. So let's get right into it, Cellin. How long have you been job searching?
For, I think this is my 2nd year of job searching.
When did you start? Did you start before you graduated or after graduation?
I started before I graduated. Immediately I was done with school, 4.2.
With coursework. Okay.
Nikasema nitajituma.
Wacha nikue a step ahead of the teacher.
Wacha nijitume. kumbe companies look for like your undergraduate certificate, and mi sijui mbona wananyimana job.
But you know the I don't know, the irony or something, before graduate atakwambia we pata certificate. Ukipata certificate my brother
2 years
my
experience.
brother hauna first class wewe we shia.
As a funny enough, I haven't actually gotten sijaiulizwa hivyo first class.
Yeah.
But I think what kitu inaniboingi ni the fact that I have to have 1 year experience, 2 years
experience
from where?
And I'm just a baby. Surely nimeandika I graduated in 2023.
3 exactly.
Alafu unaniambia I need to have experience. Nyinyi ndo mnafaa, give me the experience.
Exactly. So I don't think there's avenues for kunakuwa na mentorship programs or
internships maybe
and fellowships that allow for that, but I don't know, they're not many. So the ukiangalia namba yenye wana graduate against the number of slots that they are
available,
but it's really ni kiasi kidogo.
I know, like it's so crazy. What was your expectation of the job search and the job market ukiwa like before you finish school, like let's say 4.1? I think that's a bit mbali kidogo.
I thought there were jobs,
of course,
actually.
because why
there
not?
were jobs because kwani si tuliambiwa tunasoma ndio education is the key to success. Kumbe mlango
we will get there. Mlango si ya funguo bwana, ni hakika.
But it's been tough. But I thought I'd be like my cousins. My cousins found jobs while they were in school.
Wow.
So I thought the luck will find me. But
okay,
we are still waiting for the luck.
Yeah, it's crazy. Me, when I was in campus, I used to think like hizo offices zote ziko Thika Road surely and town.
Aje utakosa aje job hata minus town, Upper Hill.
Sijui Upper Hill, Kilimani. Offices, buildings coming up kila saa. And people are dressing up to go to work.
But I think,
right?
I feel there should be more mentorship in campus.
Yeah.
About what to expect ukiingia job market.
Exactly.
Because it's very tough. It's very tough.
So I think the very first experience I had with job searching, or that was close to job searching when I was a student, ni attachment. That's another ghetto hood that they don't talk about.
That was also hard.
Unaninyima kazi ya kunilipa na chai.
Right? Like you're not paying me alafu.
Surely.
Because me nilitafuta, I think my friends sijui mbona this luck hainipatangi, but my friends got. So when I was supposed to go for attachment, was May 21, 22. So May to August.
Yeah.
So May, tujafika wiki ya pili, my friends have already found attachment.
And they have reported.
And then unapata FOMO. You're missing out because they have jobs. Sasa you're in the house, unazuba tu ukitafuta, ukiendelea kutafuta. I think I found mine mid-June. So you can imagine how that felt.
Yeah.
Like you're missing out on.
Yeah, it's like you're missing out, and I feel like that's the first like feeling of rejection now. When you like you're almost like used to it. Because me remember I was to go for my attachment hiyo same ya Jan to April, but walitupatizo the letters za kutafuta attachment uko ma November or end of October. So I just told my dad, you know what, I have like the letter. Then my dad was like, okay, just send it to me. Sijui nini, your uncle, some uncle.
You know how that goes.
Bombastic,
side-eye,
criminal, offensive. Anyway, he said, I think we'll liaise with your uncle so that you can go to their farm, or I think ilikuwa either his farm ama nitati in another place. So me was like very composed. Christmas nararua tu kuku vizuri. I'm like, what do you mean?
January.
Date 4 mi nitakuwa pale na blazer na doll shoes. Ninaenda kwa ofisi. Hey, December 28th. Dad, any word on the attachment? My uncle, he's like, yeah, your uncle is working on that. January 10th, nikamwambia Zizi, this is, I don't think like, apana, wacha tu mi nitoke, niende nikajitafutie. So I was like, a friend of mine alikuwa amepata. So I started with their office. Their office ilikuwa full, but the HR there was so nice. Akaniambia, hapa tumeshamaliza attaches, but I know a place, unaweza jaribu huyo HR, uende uone. So akaniandika like a list of places. So I started going one by one in Tao. So I started going like maofisi, like I remember by the time I was almost done ilikuwa 450 something ndo saa nipate the place yenye nilipata. I went there, just told the HR, I'm looking for attachment. Akaniambia utaanza Monday. I was like, the Lord has done it finally. Well, let me tell you, when you think that your family members are the ones who are going to help you, toa hiyo kitu kwa akili. Wewe mwenye uko fodhia, look at me, look at us and say no. Like build your own connections, which actually takes me to my next question. If you right now, if you went back to 4.1, is there something you would have done differently? If it's like making connections, making more friends in campus, maybe being friends with, I don't know.
I think if I knew, I would have done better on my network.
Yeah.
Hey, my network was so poor. And then unaona the school events you see that are in relation to your course.
And unadhani hizo ni trash. Uko like, I mean, tendaje uko sinishike tu mzinga.
Sasa, exactly.
Brayo.
And Kefini,
go and socialize.
Go for
I
those
know,
events.
I know.
For those events. Be active in those events, because those events, they have people that are in a position to offer you, say, an attachment, an internship, whatever. I think that is something that I don't regret it that much, but it's something that I could have done better
differently, right?
If I had the information that I have now, I would have done that. And the people that are around me, because in campus, I only had friends from my class.
Oh yeah, so your classmates only.
My classmates.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
In fact, acha tuseme classmates. My group,
your crew
members.
But your formation, your group.
No, group members. You know the groups we form in campus. Your group, they will call my only friends.
First year to fourth year.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was very comfortable. So I think the consequence of not building more on my network ni kukosa avenues ama opportunities that can steer me in the right direction job wise. I think that's what I would have done differently. Labda sahi ningekuwa na job man.
Yeah.
Because my friends my heart.
Wacha nilie kwanza.
Because my friends have jobs. Yeah. Shout out to you,
corporate buddies.
Nini. Yeah, they have jobs, and well, I still have things that I'm working on, but I think I could have done better.
Same. Honestly, I feel like I would have really done better in like connecting with people and my network. Because now I was the kind of person mwenye, kwanza I used to commute for like the better part of my campus life. I used to commute. I used to live with my dad. And you know, dads and daughters. So my dad was always like, uko wapi? And that's like 4 p.m. Ako like, uko wapi usiku?
4 p.m.
4 p.m. Uko wapi usiku? Because he had said 2 things cannot coexist. The darkness and you.
I'm sorry.
So one enters in the house, mwingine anabaki nje, na si wewe unabaki nje. Si wewe unabaki nje, so choose. So I remember I used to like pressure me so much. Class imesha sangapi. So I was always like on the run, you know, like on the move. I'm like, guys, I need to go home. And every time there was an event, nakumbuka, especially if it's an event yenye I'm not supposed to be having classes, tatoka kwa nyumba. Ako like, kwani unaenda wapi? Si ulisema leo hauna class? I'm like, no. But I also feel like I would have really done better, especially even with socializing with people from other courses, hivyo vile umesema. That will really, really help. Because some of these courses are related, maybe even maybe the offices are related. Vitu zenye wanafanya kwa offices ziko related. So maybe they would have been like, wako like, okay, mi niko HR department, but we need someone in this and this department.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, I also feel like I would have done that differently. And for me, honestly, when I was almost finishing, nilikuwa tu na hiyo mentality ya sioni mbona nikose kazi, honestly. Like I don't see why. I'm just looking for all reasons. I don't see why you should not employ this babe. Yeah, and namliniambia niende shule na nimeenda. Right? And also for me, actually, my sister pia alipata job. Before she finished school, alikuwa shapata job. And then from there, akaanza tu kutransition.
I think that is what is killing us.
Yeah, please. Our big siblings need to do better. So yeah, I also feel like that I've done. Now, with that knowledge now, with the knowledge of like, life is not always like everything you have figured, like envisioned it to be, right? With your like first rejection, you are after attachment. I know how that sucked. How are you handling rejection right now? Because I know ukijob search you can't evade the we regret to inform you you had an outstanding CV, then hire me.
Saa ingine ni ngumu.
Then hire me. If my CV was outstanding, so you hire me.
But unfortunately, I think things that break my heart ni kupata hiyo after careful consideration.
Yeah. We
regret to inform
we
you.
decided not to proceed with your application.
With the application.
Uko like why?
It was tough. It was tough. In the beginning. In the beginning, because I couldn't understand why. What do you mean? Seriously. And then it's always the companies that ask a lot of questions and ask you, explain why you are fit for this role.
In less than 500 words.
I'm like,
like, and relax. You still didn't give me the job?
You know?
I remember there was this trend on Twitter that was going on where it was saying when companies or when jobs reject you, reject them back. Tell them, you know what, I'm not taking this rejection. Kesho yake amko uoge.
See you tomorrow.
Enda hapa.
Ingia kwa ofisi na uanze kazi.
Get into the office and start doing your job. Because honestly, sometimes it sucks so much. We remember there's even a job, like I literally went to the interview. The first and bullshit, your first interview, second interview, it's just crazy. Imagine just tell me like, and then you know there are two types of companies. The company where they let you apply and not even call you for that interview because your email and ulituandikia it's not pleasing enough. So we'll just tell you then haiwezi. Okay, so you mentioned your friends like got attachment, they're currently working. I'm assuming it's most of your friends. Yeah, same case to my friends. They got like I think I job searched for a year plus. So my friends were already in jobs, right? So for me honestly, I don't know how do you deal with the pressure? Because I know kuna pressure. So it's Monday. When ndio unamka 1 kukutan kwa kitanda kurudisha bonnet imesonga kuadjust.
I learned there's a phrase for that. There's a word for that. It's called huckling duckling. Yeah, when you wake up and then you just stay in bed.
You just stay in bed. Unakaa tu.
The whole day. Sasa ni ngumu. Because now okay, with social media unaona nani Masi ameenda job anasema
anapost
at the office, mwingine na yeye amepost
Java at the office today,
right? Alafu pia I think it's so hard managing friendships when you're not at the
same level, when you guys are not like at the same level.
When you're not, it's hard maintaining those friendships when wengine wako job job, because unaona their schedules,
you have to align your schedules with them. Mfuko places zenye wana suggest mpatane, uko like hatuwezi patana fish and chips.
It's a man.
Guys, please. I know that also happened to me. For me honestly, I didn't know how to deal with the pressure. Ilikuwa tu inafika point I'm like I don't know what to do. Like Mondays inafika and then you're like,
oh God. Especially kama mental health yako
pia iko in the pits. Hey, bad combination.
Mimi. Anyway, the Lord saved me. This is a testimony.
The Lord has sustained you.
The Lord has sustained. His grace. Acha nikwe pasta kidogo kwa hii podcast.
Please do.
Lakini wacha nikwambie, the grace of God has carried me from places you wouldn't even believe, because it's so tough. It's frustrating actually.
It's very
frustrating.
Utafuta
job unapata, unfortunately unaambiwa don't call us,
we'll call you.
It's
just like your men out here.
Alafu you don't have a social life really.
Yeah, you don't.
Your friends are at work. Schedules as your life.
When you think of going out, you have to think of pesa.
Exactly. It's like it's just not the same anymore. And then your friends get other friends.
Bro.
Alafu unakumbuka friends wangu walikuwa wengi. Unakumbuka?
Yeah.
Wengi wapi? Oh. You were na nani?
Friends. Okay.
I didn't have
you in the group. In
the group from
campus.
Yes.
Oh yeah, huko na friends.
Those
wengi.
are my closest friends.
How many were they? Tuseme like 5.
6.
Oh,
5,
okay.
6.
Yeah, that's au si wengi sana.
Sasa wako job.
Wote wako job and they have other friends.
Wamepata friends wao wengine.
That's another thing. Now, your friends who are working, like they get, and honestly, I don't even blame people who make other friends at work because you're spending like 9 hours in this place.
A lot of time.
The least you can do is just make friends from that environment. Otherwise, you'll be depressed.
It's not
now
bad.
The problem comes in where you realize you and these friends actually have very different interests. Because, you know, in uni, you have like a common interest because it's either assignments, it's either group discussions,
work,
it's either like niyo tu kuhang out ya campus. No, you, like mkitoka jobs, kuna mwenye anataka kufanya harusi, kuna mwenye anaenda masters, kuna mwenye anaenda majuu. Then you just realize, wow, our interests are not even the same anymore.
It hits from social, mental,
emotional. Hey.
Alafu sasa hauna mtu kumbuka you are broke. Hauna mtu.
Crazy.
Spiritually, I will say no, Basha. I will say before I completed campus, it was a typical 20s life. So sherehe.
Yeah.
So church wasn't important for me really. Ilikuwa tu kama nimejipata sawa. Kama sijajipata
bado chonjo.
Oh well, we are still praying.
Yeah.
But afterwards, ndio maana nakwambia the grace of God
has carried you.
After campus is when sasa it was tough, especially on my mental health.
Yeah.
And emotional health. It was very tough. So nikasema, where do we seek refuge?
In the Lord.
In the Lord. So I started going to church every week. I would look forward to church. And then, so that is what, I'd say that is what helped me kutoka kwa that bad place.
Pit, yeah.
Because it was bad. And being intentional in, say, spending time with yourself. Lakini hiyo time unakuwa na time mingi.
Hiyo time ni mingi sana hadi una realize we kumbe mimi naweza bo.
Unaacha ku
right? Unajibo.
Unajiongelesha umechoka.
I know.
Because sasa what do you do all day? You watch series.
You stay on your phone. Yeah, you watch.
Alafu staying on your phone is also depressing.
Very, very depressing.
Maisha za watu uko zinasonga, watu wako Dubai.
Watu wana move very fast out here bana. Na mimi nimefunga kitambaa kwa kichwa juu sijaretouch nywele. Hey.
Man.
Anyway.
Ilikuwa very tough.
You better cut that.
Just how to do. Alafu, another thing that helped is going out of the house. So kukua intentional nasema nitakuwa natoka kwa nyumba this day and this day and this day, because mimi I'd say mimi naweza kaa kwa nyumba hata wiki 2 bila kutoka nje.
Same.
So sasa was intentionality on my end, kutoka nje, nice. Going for a walk,
going for walks, just doing something,
doing something and reading a lot of books because I love books. Anyway, kama mnataka win my heart, please buy any books.
Yeah,
thanks.
She's a book lover.
Thanks.
For me, I honestly love what you said about being intentional even with your relationship with God. I remember I was in the same position when I was looking for a job, and it just got to a point where I just went and just attended this service randomly, because I also remember I wasn't like the most consistent church goer your time, because some Sundays I'm just like, I'm not even feeling that well. No. So when I went to this random service, and trust me, the pastor was preaching about depression because of a lack of a job.
Stop.
And I was like, Aki Mungu, si ubariki wengine.
Speak to me. Talk to me direct.
Like he preached and preached and preached. And after that he said, anyone who's looking for a job, anyone who does not have a job, anyone who's feeling depressed because their job is not fulfilling, mkuje hapa niombe. No, I remember I just nilikaa tu. Like nilikaa chini kwanza. Then he said, na kwa wenye wamekaa chini na wataki kukuja hapa mbele, just raise your hand. I'll pray with you wherever you are.
Oh,
I was like, God,
this is
you directly speaking. I cried.
I think I will also cry.
I cried so hard. Like, and then that was just the realization that wow, there's no one else that can literally help me get out of that pit. It's only God. And I also remember Sundays, I was looking forward to Sundays. somehow God had a word for me each and every Sunday.
Imagine he knows.
Kila Sunday ana preach, I'm like, aki wewe hapana, ana preach. It's just like, it's so personal, it's the pastor is speaking to you, you know. And for me, like, it's the same thing. You really need to be very intentional with God. You really need to be very intentional with yourself as well. I wasn't like very intentional with myself at that time, because ningekaa hata kwa nyumba kama hata sijakula. What is
but
that?
Imagine it's hard.
It's hard, but you know, like, yeah, it's hard, but
najua nimelala njaa siku kadhaa.
As hard as it is, I feel like if you're not showing yourself the love, it's not going to be any easy. Like, it's sawa sijakula, but sasa bado sijapata kazi, you know?
Either way, you're still losing.
I would have just ate, yeah. So I feel like pia mimi, I like that you said like even take a walk. Mi curtains zilikuwa zinafungwa, mlango imefungwa, unaona hadi kiateka kinok kama ni ameleta trash bags, niko tu hapo anaziingiza mlango, yeah. Me, I'm just like, do your thing and just leave, yeah. Like I was,
but I don't know, I feel like during a time where your mental health is taking a hit, it's hard to take care of yourself like that. It's not like these other days where unasema ati sasa now nitaenda wasijui wapi nifanye. Normalize allowing yourself to feel,
to just be,
but don't sit on the shit for too long.
Okay.
But allow yourself to feel, coexist too. Like, it's okay
to just exist.
It's okay. Normalize. It's okay if you didn't take care of yourself at that time.
I like how you said intentionality, and then it's even hard because you don't have a routine, you know. Like, if you have a routine, you know, every day I'm supposed to wake up, be out of the house by this time, nikue hapa na hapa. There's some days you feel like very energized, there's some other days you're just like,
acha nikwambia, we were programmed in the wrong way, because from since nursery school, see, you have a routine, you've been having a routine until you finish uni. So then you have to create your own routine that you're going to follow. So you must make it entertaining a bit, ndo usiboeke pia na routine yako. But I think that is something that is wrong with the system. Umekuwa ukijua unaenda shule,
ninaambiwa ni saa ngapi,
na kwa shule the program is there, the routine is there, you just need to follow.
Exactly.
I wish kungekuwa na a way ya ku take away from that, the routine once in a while, like si kila time mnapangiwa what to do. Like sometimes hata mnaachwa fend for yourself.
Yeah, because I feel like even in uni, like, we weren't like really programmed, but unajua tu same ndio hii, I have to be close to uni, because cut inaweza tokea anytime, I don't know, assignments, group discussions, which is, the system is definitely broken there.
You have to go to school juu ya kusign kwanza,
because you have to sign.
Alafu for exams must, for cuts must. So wanakupangia tu life yako,
and then sasa ndo wana give up hapo, ndo wana draw the line, wanasema hey, sasa umeshakuwa mtu mkubwa,
ebu enda uadult tuko mbali.
And of course, again, like we said when the episode was just beginning, we think like we have this notion hatuwezi kosa kazi, because why, you guys told us to read. Sasa nimesoma, si kifunguo ni keycard na fingerprint,
hakuna hiyo key, hatuna hiyo, hatutumii hiyo
sasa. Funguo, we are not using that. It's so crazy. So in the like now, right now, from the space you've transitioned to, where you know that it's okay for me to just stay home and not stress about, like,
and not apply for jobs. It is okay.
That's my next question, actually. Do you like apply and please find attached a copy of my CV every day of your life?
I don't apply. I used to apply every day naamka, the agenda nikiandika my to-do list, apply. I used to do that. I used to apply daily, and then daily so many applications, but then nikajiuliza, why am I needing myself so much pressure? Why am I giving myself so much pressure? I am just a bouncing
baby
22-year-old girl. Mbona nani amesema kwanza ati lazima apply every day.
Yeah.
It is okay. Wewe when you apply every day, rest, pumzika,
Rest.
sio mas, give yourself grace hata to. I think if I was still applying every day, I wouldn't have discovered that I actually enjoy producing podcasts.
Yeah.
If I had gotten a job at that time, I wouldn't have discovered that.
Known.
This
is
something
can
that I like.
Yeah.
Well, this is something that I can do. It is a blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
But don't apply every day. Alafu, I think the more you apply, I feel like quality your application inaenda chini.
Yeah.
Because you're applying for so many, they don't get a personalized touch.
Sure.
Because every email
una apply tu ndo uapply.
I'm trying. Don't niseme nimeapply kama 20 leo.
I used to even like I used to say nita apply 5 LinkedIn, 5 zenye nimeona sijui fuzu. Naitwa fuzu. Sijui 5 job vacancy Kenya on Instagram. Hizo come on, man.
You had no
and
business.
out of the
like
out of the 10 you send in a day, only 2 will reply. And 1 watakuita interview 3 only to tell you on the third interview you're not a good fit. Because honestly, I feel like, again, another thing that I wanted to say about job searching. So I have 500 bob. This is the last 500 bob in my pocket. There's no point of you calling me for an interview at Upper Hill. Need to spend 300 shillings. Right? Hiyo ningekaa tu nyumbani nikule hiyo 500 siku mbili. Maybe I didn't even have dinner for that. So nimechoma tu fare.
So, since we are on this topic, interview shenanigans.
Boy.
Okay, sitasema kampuni gani, but
of course, ukisema nani ata beep there and then.
I don't want to be kusalimiwa, taki kusalimiwa. So it was not even a long time ago. It was last month. See me, I applied. And then I got an interview, a virtual one. Nikasema, hallelujah.
The Lord has done it.
The Lord has done it finally. Na we na nani? So see, I do the virtual interview. It was great. In fact, it was for a sales job. I think that a sales and marketing job. Mind you, kwani mimi nimefanya sales?
No.
Sijafanya sales. Lakini kasema nimejitetea hivyo na nikapata sales. Hallelujah. The virtual one was great. They told me how, you see the way for a sales interview you have to sell them something.
Yeah.
So she said at the end of the interview, she said she would buy my product if I was selling customer.
Jackpot.
Ni mimi na nyinyi raundi. So now I was invited for a physical one. Where? Ngong Road. Where do I live? Kamiti Road. Kasema, I mean,
see, she would buy my product.
She would, exactly.
Excuse me.
She said she would buy my product. And she told me there weren't many candidates that made it to the... Kwanza, please stop lying to people.
Why are you shortlisting 170 people? What's the purpose of the shortlist?
There's no purpose whatsoever.
Thank you.
So, see, me nikaenda. I arrived early, 7:40. Mimi nawafungulia mlango. So we go, and then chit-chat, nini. And then the job description they're telling me, it's not what was on the outline kwa the website. Sasa mimi nashangaa. Kwani what's going on?
Yeah.
It was something outrageous. It was for okay, that's ever. But it was something out of the range. Yes.
Whatever you interviewed for. Okay.
Which I was even wondering, why post something, do a virtual interview on what was posted.
Yeah.
Then the physical interview is of something very different.
Nika mnaleta emergency paper sasa.
And then it
kumaliza exam. Mnachomoa emergency.
Alafu ni for a job that
It's not
Is
the best.
no,
I think
no,
we have like similar experiences.
And then a minute. And
So
then
crazy.
salary.
The salary expectations
Tell me why they were to pay me the fare I would use
monthly.
every day nikienda. Like yo, ilikuwa inabaki ka
So unalipa tu fare and
1,000s.
that's all. So you
And
Come
they're
on,
not
man.
terming it as a stipend,
yeah,
as transport fee. They're terming it as salary. Kivipi, guys?
KVP.
And she even asked me, I remember she even asked me where I stay so that they can consider needing me my salary.
And they're not going to consider.
And then,
me I
niliwaambia tu
had a
anyways.
similar experience with a sales job. Ilikuwa somewhere in Vestido. We were so many of us. Like nilifika, the interview was set to start at 8 a.m. and I got there at around 7:20 something. And on that stupid list, I was number 116. So meaning 115 people
have to go fast.
Surely, kwani mlilala hapa? Anyway,
Ukangoja.
No, we got to the interview. So they started like handpicking people. Right? So they started like wewe toka, wewe baki, wewe toka, wewe baki. So me, I'm just seated. I had like not like really made a friend. Someone mwenye tu tulikuwa tunaongea na yeye about the job and everything. So yeah, apparently, unfortunately, hakuwa amechukuliwa. So she told me, ati, if you've not read the room, they picked people depending on a specific color, like skin color. Cricket sounds. Okay, so I was like.
So was it like light? Because you're light skin.
Where? See, but yeah, so she went home. So I was like, okay, let me just.
She was darker in complexion.
Yes, and very pretty, by the way. Even like more mature than me. Alikuwa hadi amedunga heels na blazers, a very nice official skirt. Amedunga heels. Anyway, nilikuwa nimevaa tu my usual. Okay, I'm always in pants, we? Ama labda ndio labda that's why I didn't make it to the final cut. Nilikuwa tu na official pants, a very basic blazer
without
heels and a scarf. Ni mimi tu. Anyway, I was like, let me just pick your contact just in case. So tukabaki sasa wenye sisi tulibaki. Now they started saying ati, how many of you here are above 28 years? Like, ni wangapi hapo wamepita 28 years?
Okay,
so sisi wengine mi niko tu like, oh no, I'm not. So they started now picking people again depending on how mature you look.
Okay, why not put that in the description?
That is not even the
why.
That is not even the nini. Tukawekwa hapo. Now this is like now 11 a.m. So how wenye the mature ones wameenda, aunties wamechukuliwa sasa, how ndio they can make it to the cut.
Millennial.
So this job tulikuwa tume interview for sales, mind you. So sisi wengine tukabaki, no, they started interviewing people in groups. This is how ghetto this was. So they called like 6 of us. They told us ati hata tushapata the person we were looking for a receptionist. Now the only sales job available apparently was to sell houses. You sell a house, you get a commission ya like 500,000. But nyumba yenye unaambiwa uuze, my friend,
45 million.
Kama hauzi mzungu mwenye ameamua kurelocate to Kenya kwa embassy, hautapata customer. So me honestly, I was just like, oh no, I don't think I can do that. Then the person who was interviewing me was like, oh okay, if you don't think you can do it, basi ni sawa. I think tutaku consider you for future opportunities.
Me,
I was like, bring my CV. Dead ass. I was like, nipatie CV, sina pesa ya kuprint ingine, I swear, for the next interview. So if you're not going to use this CV, can I please, nilikuwa tu so kind, I was like, can I kindly just have my CV back? They were like, yeah. Nikaenda tu, mind you, your advert nilikuwa nimeona kwa story ya celeb. Nilikuwa nimeona kwa story ya celebrity. Zero details. And I figured it's like, labda ile to advertise your small business with us, wakalipa advert. Which is the credibility of the place you're applying for. If you're currently job searching, look up the place on the internet.
Yeah.
There's so much information on the internet. Look the place on Google, LinkedIn, TikTok, Instagram, if you can.
And what people are saying about it.
Look up for the credibility and for the kind of content they even post there. Can guide you. Because me, honestly, I promise you, nimeona advert, nikaenda nikaangalia page, TikTok, I'm like, no, I don't want to work here. no thanks, let me just stay home.
Another
and it was
thing.
the same thing, walikuwa na offer salary, nikihesabu salary hata ili ulikuwa unabaki na thao. Mimi I needed to call my parents again to top up so tumie 2k yaki. And they're not even providing lunch. And then acha nikwambie, now the first red flag that I saw when we got there, they were getting their bonuses because ilikuwa huko mwisho wa mwaka. And then the boss of that place said that mnaona nyinyi wengine vile mko na ofisi mzuri here in Westlands, some people have offices in Ruiru zenye zinatoshana na choo.
Bombas.
Brother, what is that? I was like, okay, I don't see. Anyway, whatever.
Another thing I have noticed is wababa wa kazini. Lazima
you do the thing.
Yeah, you must
do the thing, bwana.
Jamani. You want how bad
do you want it? How mwenye akikwambia jump unamuuliza how high?
How high, sir? How high do you want me to jump? Because I've had like people call me, I'm unprovoked. Ngendo amenipigia. Hi, can we meet up so we can discuss about a job?
Where are we meeting?
Why are we not meeting in your offices?
Airbnbs.
Why are we going for lunch?
I prefer Airbnbs for this kind of conversations. They slap better in Airbnbs.
For a more personalized touch.
Go home
but
to
manners.
Your wife, bwana. Nenda nyumbani.
And then it's like, oh, so you're not willing to satisfy my needs.
I'm just a baby boy.
Why? No. Sawa basi nitakuongezea pesa. Unataka ngapi? But then nafikiria then mtu ukifanya hivyo, then sasa afikiria boring. And ameanza kunibo.
Yeah.
And then you lose your job because of kitu ya upuzi kama
which actually takes me to the next thing I wanted to say about job searching. You look for a job so bad. When you get to the job, then you realize the disappointment. And you go to like, I shouldn't have followed this through. I've also had like those instances where mtu anaku side from the office. Now, sasa wewe Kevo, unaona mimi ni kama I am fit to be your girlfriend. Sasa unani side chat, inaitwaje, uni connect rather, I'd say, na your job, side chatting me. Na wewe ni intern. Alafu nikikuja hapo nina realize kumbe wewe ni intern, hata una connections.
So ushakubalisha sema yes I do.
Get out bwana. Toka nje. So it's the same thing. You like the same thing I'm saying about the credibility of the place. My sister, I'm really happy to have like a sibling mwenye only job search before me. My sister is really able to tell the red flags in a company siku ya interview. There's an interview I went to. At the call time for the interview was 10 a.m. It's 7 p.m. bado sijakuwa interviewed. My sister was like, pick your bag, walk out. That job is a toxic workplace.
We should.
Nikamwambia, hey bro, this is the
job ni yangu ama ni
the best interview email I have received. The email finally found me. What do you mean? She was like, I can promise you that place is toxic. And as usual, as you would have imagined, walituita interview ya pili na tatu.
You realize that
na all those interviews unatoka at the same time 7 p.m. 8.
Why?
Okay, so kama unajua utani interview at 8, so niambie basi nifike 5, basi 5 ni sawa. 10 a.m. is a bit, it's a bit.
Why? It's because when I interview in bulk,
yeah,
kuna so many interviewees.
There's that, and also the person when you're in our interview, you have to wait for them to get to the office. They're not in the office.
What do you mean?
Yes.
Why do you have that job?
Exactly. Just ask me the same question. So
why do you have
you
that
go
job?
to an office, umengoja hapo mtu mwenye anafaa kuku interview. Hakuji. Hako lunch. Ama
na mwenye anapewa job.
Come on man. Wako nini na huyo mwenye saa mwenye anapata job. Which is also another thing that is really shitty about this job search market in Kenya. You guys just put out advertisements, and please, if you're kama wewe ni HR, ama you work in the HR department, ama wewe ni career coach, and you're willing to bring your professional insight on this podcast,
please,
you need to holler at me, because tunaongea, it's like inakanika we don't know the management side of it. Me, I want to understand.
Plus, it's from our perspective.
Yeah, because me, I want to understand why they like put a poster for formality.
Yeah,
It doesn't
when
make
they
sense.
already have.
Again, like I said, this is the last 1,000 bob I have in my pocket.
Amwezi elewa, guys.
You know, I'm to understand, but I think that's a very shitty behavior.
Actually,
do that.
remember, vitu nimepitia kwa hii job search. There's a time I had an interview. I applied, and then I got an email. The email found me very well. I was very happy. And it was from an agency that does the recruiting for people. And then, we got to the day before. I think 2 days before the interview was set. The set date for the interview.
Yeah.
So me, I'm pumped. Najua nimefanya research yangu nikajua this one. Tick.
Finish kumalo.
Yeah, the previous day. So the interview was for I think 9, and the day before it's 7. Where is my invite? Because it was a virtual one.
Oh.
Where is my link? Nikasema, chani calm down. See me na recruit. Chani calm down. Just be patient. I was patient. 8:30. Sasa mimi nashangaa. What's going on? Hata naona kama niko delulu. Labda sijapata email. Sema hivyo. So I go back to my email and I search. Naona, yes, I have an interview today at 9.
And it's 8:30.
And there's no link. So it's now 8:50. Still in my patience era. I'm still waiting. And then I figured I'd call the girlie that had called me. So I called her and then she says, we was about to cuss. We forgot about it, but let me send you the link right now so you can join. So she sends me the link. The link near Teams. Kwani mimi niko na Teams. Si ndio mimi Play Store. Nenda nime-download Teams. And then I get a message. And then she calls me. And then she asks me, why have you, like in a rude way, why have you not joined the link yet? It's barely even 2 minutes after she sent me the link. So I tell her, I'm just having some technical issues. Give me a minute. So I download it, nini, and then I get another message. I get a message from her saying, don't join. Someone else has already joined. I'm like, kwani link ilikuwa ya watu wangapi? First of all, I thought the links were personal to
they should
the
be
specific
personal,
candidate
actually.
that you're interviewing.
That you're interviewing.
And then I'm like, okay. So when can I join? When can I join? Blue tick.
Oh no.
Kaka, I called her. Kwani nachukua simu yangu? Oh. So I talked to my brother about it. And then he told me, wamekufanya hivyo. I imagine they had someone for the job.
They did.
Relax.
They definitely did.
It was just a formality.
Yeah.
They just wanted to send links and not do the interview.
Yeah.
Which was so bad. And then he told me to reply to the email and tell them all the ways that was wrong. And so I did. Nikawakuya mkali. And I told them what they did wrong, what they could have done better. I hope my email found them well.
Yeah, it definitely did
because
find the HR well.
Tabia mbaya.
Because yeah, it's and
that.
that was the conversation that was going on Twitter, the one I was telling you about. People were saying when they reject you, reject them back. Ask them why.
Yes, why?
So what
Why would
in
you
my
do
CV
that?
was not pleasing enough for your company. Send me a detailed
What
version.
can I do better?
And I think there's a job I have ever applied for. They replied with like that we regret to inform you, but they systematically said why. This is the reason. This is what you said. This is what you should have done better.
An international organization?
Kenyan organization, surprisingly. Wakaniambia tu step by step. Then wakaniambia do not reapply again until 30 days are over. That is only when we can take the reapplications. You see, like that is very detailed. I prefer that to just ghosting me.
Yeah, that's true.
So tumefanya interview na unaona ile part ya interview ya any question you have for us, uko tu hapo, yeah, I'd like to know how long it takes for you to respond.
Don't
oh yeah,
call us.
it's actually 24 hours. So I'm like, oh okay, so whether I'm successful or not. Oh yeah, if you're not successful we still tell you.
And then they don't.
365 days later we hata ulipata mkoa hata mko Dubai.
Man, you even forgot
Wewe
about
bado
the
unangoja.
release.
Yeah, it's so
The
crazy.
interview.
So me, I think we should, as we conclude, what would you tell someone who's currently job searching and they're just getting started?
You're just getting started. Number one, don't be too hard on yourself, especially if you've just completed coursework.
Yeah.
I'm at home, graduate to relax, rest.
Calm down.
Don't be too hard on yourself. That you want to get a job so you can be like your friends, yada yada.
Yeah.
There's something one of my lecturers told us, to go 4.2. He said once you're done with the coursework, give yourself time. Jiambie, how many months do I take?
Yeah.
Just to exist, to breathe, because no one is telling you what to do anymore. You don't have schoolwork to bother you anymore.
Yeah.
Just take time. So please rest. Number two, don't apply quality over quantity.
Yeah.
Don't apply for too many jobs without looking at what the job you're applying for
kind of
requires.
like filtering, exactly.
Look at what they need. Structure your cover letter to something that is palatable for them. Something that what they are looking
kind
for.
of like customize your cover letter.
Na usiseme uongo. Like ukisema uongo,
don't lie on a public platform.
Ukisema uongo kidogo tu, small lies. What else would I tell someone that is starting? That it is okay to not have a job immediately after you're done with campus. Imagine it's okay. Hata mimi sina we're headed for the third year. Allow yourself. Also, find things that give you joy. Because I think
I totally do agree.
Corporate life gives very few people joy. So find things that give you joy, things that you don't stress while doing them.
Yeah.
Something to just keep you busy. Could be baking. It could be
taking walks.
Podcasting. Taking reading. Walks. Reading.
Yeah.
Do those things. They will keep you very sane.
Yeah.
And also don't sit in the shit for too long. Because you'll start to stink. And we don't want that.
We don't want that.
Just aim at doing better every day. Doing kama leo umeenda walk ya 1 kilometer, kesho enda 2 ama hata 1.5.
Yeah.
It is, imagine it is okay.
You're
take
okay,
it from me.
basically.
It's okay. And you're gonna be okay. Take care of your mental health, your emotional health. And most importantly, please lean to God. Tafuta Mungu.
Please do.
I don't know.
He's the G.
That's like mtu anaweza kukuwa na
the only person
at any time. For whatever. Sometimes you don't even know what to pray for. Just sit
feel like crying,
and
just
cry. And also if you feel like crying, cry. Imagine it's okay. Cry. Talk to God a lot. Mweke tu hapa.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be fine. Si mbaya hivyo, imagine. It's not that bad. It's not that bad kwenda to some extremes also.
Yeah, it's
huyo mwenye anakwambia umpatie. Imagine don't. The job that was meant for you, my mom always tells me this. The job, kama kuna kazi yako yenye Mungu amekuwekea, it's gonna find you. It doesn't matter when
or how long it's going to take for the job to find you. The email is going to find you, imagine.
Kama ni yako. If God said she's going to stay for 2 years.
You will.
And she will find something that is far more greater than what she would have found. And that is imagine it's okay. Your job
You're
will
just
find you. Hata uta hustle sana, imagine.
hey, shout out to
Yeah.
Celline's mom for that.
Shout out to
Shout
you,
out. Anyway,
mama.
that's what I'd say. I totally do agree with that. Again, something else I'd tell someone who's just starting job searching. Manage your expectations.
Please
Are they at a 10? Go below.
go below.
7. Go
Go
below.
below, please.
Keep your expectations low. If you're able to job search while you're staying at your parents' house, do that.
It is okay.
Because one thing that is going to give you pressure is utatoa wapi rent, utatoa wapi chakula. For me, I remember nilikuwa nime like job search Nairobi hadi nikachoka. It got to a point, and I said this on an episode of my podcast actually that I did about the same thing, job searching, now my experience. It got to a point where I feel, imagine maisha ya Nairobi imenichosha. I was like, I'm tired, you know? And I packed my bags. I called my mom. Nikamwambia, can I come home? Like, can I just come home and exist? She was like, of course, come home. I packed my bags. Na unaona ile situation ya watu pack bags wakikuja Nairobi sasa kuanza maisha. Mi nilipack bags nikienda kuanza maisha kwetu. At my mom's place. And I can tell you that period was so depressing for me, but being at my parents' house it brought me like some kind of comfort because I didn't have to constantly think about what I'm going to eat. I didn't have to think about my rent or my money. Everything, at least everything, almost the important things I need were being provided for. Something else I'd say is surround yourself with the right kind of friends. One thing about my friends during the period is that they used to send me so many job like applications, and I like them for the fact that they just hawako tu wanatuma randomly. It's jobs that they think I can do, tailored to like kitu yenye nimesomea, si ati tu wananitumia jobs randomly. Another thing, my friends were really recommending me to places, so they're like, checking my job, tunahitaji msee wa ina but ni short term, can you do this like hii wiki upate like your
you have good friends,
yeah, like your few tunes. I'm like, sure, I can do it. Surround yourself with if your man, of course I'm always here to slander men. What's an episode without me slandering men? If you have a boyfriend or a significant other, hata kama ni girlfriend, guys, msianze kusema mimi ni feminist. If you have just your significant other, make sure they are really impacting your journey positively.
If they're not,
they're not, cut them off. Kama your boyfriend is telling you to half bills, na una kazi na una corporate body, surely yeah, anapanguzia boss wake viatu kwa ofisi na haizi lipa
burudi kwenu wewe.
So you know, like for me, I didn't have I wasn't dating by the am I ever dating?
We thank God. Imagine on a light note, imagine uko una job hunt, uko na stress, alafu some nigga anakuja kukuleta stress.
But it's so crazy because now that I'm thinking about it, I have never been dating since I started this podcast. Unakuwa tu ukisema, guys, I literally just thought about it.
Slandering men.
Episode 1 peke yake ndo nilikuwa na date.
Maybe it's because you slander men a lot.
I think so. But guys, imagine deep down I'm just a soft babe.
Please, mtume CVs.
Hapana, msinitumie CVs tafadhali. Anyway, hapana. So, I'm saying, like, imagine this situation where you're in a very like tough place even mentally, and you're texting your boyfriend and he's just telling you, eat for me. Hata haizi ingia LinkedIn na wewe akutafutie, eat for me babe,
drink some water for me.
Do it for me, my love.
Please, for me.
I feel like honestly they should. I've seen my friends being like, we were job searching at the same time with my friend. Aki, the boyfriend was so supportive. Alikuwa hadi anamtumia like hizo applications, anamtumia hadi namba za his friends wenye ni HRs.
Lakini me imagine I wouldn't
akamrevampia CV.
That's a good one.
Like alimwambia, you know what, send me your CV. Akarevamp.
Tupe namba yake.
Wewe nataka nirevampia. Imagine, but like alirevamp CV yake and all that.
I don't think you should be dating when you're job searching.
For real.
Hasira inakuwa mingi sana.
Umejam tu kila saa.
Umejam tu. Hauna pesa hiyo.
I feel like it would have definitely been easier for me because at least I would have had someone to share. Sometimes I didn't even want you to give me a solution to my joblessness. Just listen.
That's true, yeah.
Just listen. Which is basically what my mom was doing when I was at home. She was just listening. Like sometimes just listen. Because honestly, men will just come up with a stupid idea na utasikia kumgonga kofi.
True.
Even your girlfriend,
Alafu,
guys. Sprinkling ndo msinichukie. Even your girlfriend.
Lakini sana
Sana. Your boyfriend.
the other gender.
So anyway.
But do you think that would be healthy? Okay, so tumeanza kuongelea relationships,
But, okay,
lakini
I think we can mention.
When you're job searching,
I feel like somebody's son would really go through it if they were there. Like especially if they are working, they have a very busy schedule. And I'm waiting for them just to ask them, do you still love me hata kama sina job?
But wait. Would you date someone that is a corporate body, ama someone that is job searching whilst you're job searching?
Man. Honestly, that depends. Now I feel like if we are both in the same space, two things, like tunaweza either coexist in a way that we can trauma bond. That way our relationship can go can grow
damaged?
Because
Trauma bond.
Trauma bond.
Are you okay?
No, I'm okay, guys. On a light note, like we can just like focus on these things that we're looking for a job together.
Yeah.
And but the thing is, I feel like honestly the pressure will be on him so much. Mi ningekuwa tu ninamwekea pressure, forgetting that I'm also poor in job searching. Like my nails.
But okay, unajua mtu wako corporate, mi sioni kama anaweza elewa. Even when sometimes I feel like even when I'm telling my friends,
they don't understand.
Then they don't, because they have a job.
They have a job.
Sasa as in anaona kama probably anaona kama sasa
they would,
kila siku unikulia.
Makes sense. Makes sense, because I feel like they would sometimes, by the people who have jobs do not understand people who are job searching. They don't understand, because especially if you get the kind of person mwenye they want you to be up and moving, like unaona, like do something
wale wana sai unadu
exercise, alafu mimi namwambia tu bado niko kwa bed ana jam. So for me, I don't know, I feel like I date someone who's working kama mimi niko jobless. I would totally, because now I feel like I have experience like in the job, like in the job market as well. Mimi nitakupatia tu your grace, like I'll give you your space when you need it. Sasa shida isiniwekee hiyo pressure mimi, nitakupiga.
Kwanza shout out to parents that hold us down when we are jobless. I don't like it when kwanza inanikasirishanga relatives ama acquaintances you've not spoken in a while, alafu wanakuja kuuliza sasa unafanya nini? Unakaa tu
na nilikutumia CV.
Hata tafuta kitu ya
na nilikutumia CV last week, come on.
Hata hajanitumia, wewe tu umepatana na mimi unaanza ku question my ndakupiga nguo. I know which is it's so rude, by the way. Sasa unakaa tu si hata utafute, like, do you think seriously I'm just seated at home doing nothing about my job situation?
Tuko in sync.
Serious job searching, because that
happened to me when I went home. My uncles were like, someone umeamua kukuja kukaa nyumbani. Mind you, by the time I was also like seriously sick. So my uncles were just like, mbona umeamua kuja kukaa nyumbani, ati unajua mtu akikaa nyumbani like
tuna reject hiyo kama Gen Z. Hiyo mambo ya Gen X na millennials kutuliza sijui
sasa unadu so now let's talk about the last thing now. This person mwenye amekuwa in job search, they've been there, seti wamegraduate juzi, na kama umegraduate juzi, please congratulations, soak in your achievement bro, like soak in.
Umefanya kitu kubwa sana.
You've done such a huge thing. Iyo rejections zisikusumbue. So soak in. Now we're talking about this person mwenye labda atali graduate uko last year. They still don't have a job. You know, you're like
okay, talk to me direct.
I want you to talk to them. I want you to talk to them because I feel like now what I relate a bit more. I don't know. Any helpful tips for them? How they can keep themselves insane? How they can, I don't know, apply? Are the tips similar? Missy?
For you who is like me, bado it has been a year plus. Don't get tired. don't lose hope. It is okay that hauna sahi.
Yeah.
And I'd say right now, build your network. Unaona hizo events za free hizo. Tuna
Uko
pesa.
KCC.
Uko
Those summits
KCC.
za free.
Kwanza Sarit has very good
Networking opportunities. Yeah.
expo ninis events. Go to them. Jitume hata kama utaenda zote, you will find someone that is aligned with what you want to do. And try to do something that you love. Kama mimi I'm producing podcasts now.
Yeah.
I am going back to film, which is just do things that bring you joy. Usijipe pressure sana. What else would I tell someone that has been in the... Just build your network, everything, and pray a lot. Everything else will just align.
Flow. Yeah. Which that's really helpful.
Please just take care of your mental and emotional
above
health.
all.
Above all else. Please.
Okay. That's nice. I like that. Me, honestly, I'd say pray for the job that you're applying for. Huku nje kuna some very shitty bosses, kuna some very shitty colleagues. There are people who literally don't want to see... If you're a threat to their potential, they'll just sabotage the hell out of you. So pray true. That at least ata hivyo vile una apply that sometimes rejection is redirection. There's an episode I did on that. Rejection is... I was basically saying is rejection redirection. It's audio only. You can find it on the audio streaming platforms. That would really be helpful in your journey. Sometimes you think you've been rejected. Sometimes you think wamekukatia hujapata hiyo job, but it's just redirection. Now, before we close this episode, or before we call it a day, let Cellin tell us how we can find her on her socials. Like she said, she's producing podcasts, guys. If you're starting a podcast and you're clueless, you don't know where to start, you don't even know the right equipment, Cellin is your guy. So I'm going to let her tell us where we can find her, with kama ni email, kama ni DMs. Yeah.
Msinitafute kwa DMs. But shameless plug. First and foremost, the podcast that I'm producing is called It's About Time Podcast by Shovi Sharon.
Whoop, whoop.
It's about on Instagram, it's _About Time Podcast.
Yeah.
And on TikTok, It's About Time Podcast. How you can reach me? Excuse me. Munipe kazi, guys. Kazi mzuri, please. You can reach me on email. I'm not going to give you my socials. Nimetosheka na followers for now.
Sawa.
Supportini bees.
Sorry.
But my email is Cellin, CELLIN .m15@gmail.com. Hapo uwezi nikosa, hapo utanipata
24/7.
24/7. Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. Thank you so much, Cellin, for gracing this episode.
Thank you for having me.
It's really been so raw. I like that. Like, you've really just been so raw and candid. So you've been like, you said everything from your own experience so openly, and I really hope that it's gonna help someone. I'm actually sure it's gonna help someone.
It's gonna help someone.
Yeah.
Amen.
So, guys, thank you so much for joining us on this episode. And I don't know, if you're in a space where you're job searching, I really hope this is going to help you. Please, kama uko in HR or management, if you're a recruiter, wewe ni mtu wa kufanyia watu interview, where, I don't know, you have any experience in that industry, kindly send me a DM. Gatweri_Morioki is my Instagram, or you can use Perfectly Imperfect with Marcy Instagram page or our TikTok page. Kindly, I really need like the professional insight on this topic so that I don't just talk from ni kama I'm hating on the management. Thank you. Yeah, a reminder, please guys, subscribe to this channel. Mnaonaki vile niko mrembo nangangana every day. Me and my 2 outfits. We're just struggling. Na sina subscribers, niko na subscribers sijui wangapi. Anyway, guys, remember to subscribe, comment, like, and share. Share with your friends. Sharing goes a long way. Wewe mwenyewe ni corporate buddy, you're waking up every morning and your best friend is in the house sleeping. To me episode, it's going to help them so much. And as usual, follow Perfectly Imperfect with Marcy on Instagram, Perfectly Imperfect with Marcy on TikTok, and my personal page is Gatweri_Morioki. I'm not really sure why you'd need that unless you want to see this beautiful face. Yeah. Until next time, guys, I think it's a wrap. Bye.